Hello, this is Alec Kerr of the Conway Daily Sun, and I just finished watching the final episode of At the Movies. The program started 35 years ago by Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert, and for me, the end of this show was a big deal. I actually shed a couple tears. The whole reason I got into film criticism was because of Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert. In fact, the day that Gene Siskel died, I called up a friend and informed her that I was going to be his replacement. And I've been a loyal viewer of this program for as long as I can remember, and I watched it through all of its incarnations, with Roger and Gene, and then with even the two Bens, Ben Mankiewicz and Ben Lyons, and it wasn't as good with them. But now with Michael Phillips and A.O. Scott, I really got back to what made this program so great in the first place, and I really think that the show really was working again, and they had a great dynamic, and they were trying new things and pushing the show forward. They did this segment called Over Under, where they would pick an actor or a genre and talk about the most overrated examples and underrated examples within that actor's canon of films or within the genre. And it was a throwback to what they used to do, Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel used to do, where they would kind of spotlight specific things. Like at the at like the peak of the show, they would do like special episodes where they would dedicate a whole episode to black and white cinema or to a specific actor. Um, and they would do retrospectives about the best of the 80s, best of the 90s, and under A.O. Scott and Michael Phillips, they were getting back to that, and they had a really good dynamic. The give and take wasn't as combative or as argumentative as it was with Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel, but they would get into some deep conversation and analytical discussion of film, and I think that's very much what the legacy of the program that Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert started was that it made film discourse, serious film discourse, a mainstream thing, and got people talking about film in a deeper way, in a more sophisticated way, and that program was very important in getting people to expand their film horizons, to go to films that were documentaries or foreign films or small films or specialty films, and it just made the film world so much larger than just mainstream Hollywood movies, and that's very much the legacy of that program. And for me, it's sad to see it go, especially since it was such an important part of my life and was the kind of the guide to what I became so passionate about. And I will be forever indebted to Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert. And that's really all I have to say. I'm very happy with what that it ended so well with Michael Phillips and A.O. Scott. I think they were doing a wonderful job, and the last episode was a fitting tribute. They kind of said it best with saying that this show, for anybody who valued movie criticism and conversation, that this show, we can't possibly express how much this show means to us. And that's how I feel. And all I can do is say thank you to all the critics, even the Bens, for giving me this program for all these years. And I'm gonna miss it. And I'm interested to see though where film criticism goes now and where the discourse is going to go now. And I'm gonna be interested to see where it goes, and I'm interested to see where my place will be in this world. So anyway, this is Alec, and keep watching.